Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play series in Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues. Today we are going to be playing as the New California Republic. So, we basically are, we are one of the more powerful factions. I mean, one of the two more powerful factions, but if you watched our campaign as the Brotherhood of Steel 3 months ago, we did just kind of wipe the floor with them. So, let's get started right away. So, of course, our main opponents are going to be the Brotherhood, Caesar's Legion. I'm trying to remember what events you actually get as the NCR. I know we're going to be pushing our way into Baja California down here. We're going to be trying to push our way into the Scorpions and into the Mojave, obviously. So we have a bunch of unassigned divisions. So what shall we do? So the Scorpions are pretty large. We do have a border down here, and we have a border up here to the far north. We'll put these guys on that front line for now. So you guys go here. And you will just kind of meet up by the long 15. We'll get also another smaller army ready to go. We'll be down here and attack from the south side. There we go. So that should mostly be fine for there. We'll get these guys into a new army, put them ready to go into California in Mexico. Who else is not assigned to any front lines? You guys are not. So you're going to be assigned down there. You were going to be assigned there. You guys all up. I mean, we actually have a lot of troops right now, which is kind of nice. But where do I deploy these troops? Because this is still like another 13 stack. It's pretty strong. Where's the capital? The capital right here has been the Lost Hill Bunker. So, you know what? I'll assign them down there for now. All of you guys, of course, will be put underneath the Field Marshal. The Field Marshal shall be you. I don't have that many generals, unfortunately. And most of our generals don't really do much. I mean, they're not really leveled up or anything like that. So we have like a ton of factories right now. To the point where I'm thinking we probably don't need to build any more civilian factories. We should mostly just be fine to crank out military production for now. 60%. So build some there. What else do we have? 60. Or anything better than 60. Got some 60s there. Got a lot of 20s. We got some 40s. 20, 20, 20. So I think like we only got like 20s and 30% left. So let's go for 30 there. And a 30% right there. So let's build a handful of factories. And that should be all well and good. So we also have some research. What do we want to do? Research speed. We want to go for reinforcement rate. And then we also want to get some of this stuff going as well. Construction speed plus 10%. All of those sound very good. I mean, we should have enough supplies to basically be fine. Yeah, I mean, we're going to maybe need electronics. We're going to maybe need some advanced technology later. But for right now, we're mostly okay. What do we actually need to build? Well, infantry equipment would make the most amount of sense. Our NCR troopers right now are 16 combat width, which is kind of bad. A machine gun brigade. This would bring organization down. But it would make our soft attack go up a lot. But your... wait, no. Breakthrough's 21 here. They do have less breakthrough, unfortunately. Piercing would also go down. I mean, spec ops might be good. Do we have any, like, an APC battalion? I mean, I know APCs are pretty good, so you know what? Let's get you in charge. I didn't do the, There we go. So we're just going to save this right now. Make our basically all of our troopers a little bit better than they are currently. It means we are going to need some more supplies, yes. Okay, your armor and your piercing goes down. Supply use, weight goes up. But your soft attack goes up by like 20 and your defense goes up by like 35, which is pretty good. But this makes your piercing go up significantly. I mean, we could just put both in. Yeah, so most of our troops are going to be green and not going to be ready for war, but that's mostly okay. We're not going to be going to war anytime soon, regardless. So we are going to need APCs, anti-personnel, and anti-tank. Understandable. Is scrap truck considered a Yeah, so build 3 trucks. I think PMG will count, and then we're also going to get some anti-tank, so that'll be everything there done. And then just crank out basic ballistic weapons as well. So, I mean, it's going to take a while for us to reinforce. How much are we going to need? 1,800, only so about a year. About a lot. But that's, to be fair, we just started production, so they are going to, you know, slowly improve as time goes on. We also have some dockyards, which we will definitely use. We'll build a handful of convoys. We will build some super heavy barges. We will build some outrigged canoes. And then we'll also build some regular barges. I don't know what the size of the NCR Navy is. We have 15 ships. We have no aircraft. Getting aircraft probably would be good. Okay, so you guys are Spec Ops troops. We also have some motorized divisions. That's all well and good. We're also not training 8 troops, so we'll train up like 5 divisions. Of course, these armies are small. Only 350 manpower per brigade, as opposed to in Hearthstone. Like, the base game is like 11,000 per unit. We also got some divisions available, which we don't want to do because we don't need to listen to any of these introductions. It's really not important whatsoever. What are we also missing? We're missing support equipment. Fair enough. Support equipment right here. We'll get 3 of those, and we'll take them off of infantry production for now. Because we're going to, you know, basically put a lot of stuff into our infantry when we are ready. So, beloved by the Republic. Also, just get our next one ready as well. So, among the historical records of the NCR, there are a number of figures that stand out as quintessential to the Republic. Yet among them is the most celebrated propaganda. Yet who among them is most celebrated in propaganda and education? Who shall appear the most important piece of currency, be mentioned in speeches, and stand above the rest of the figurehead as the NCR? 3 essential figures in NCR are Iradesh, Seth, and Tandy. Well, Tandy, it makes sense it would be Tandy. I mean, she was the president for like 50 years or something like that in the actual game. So political power gain and 5% stability. Stability plus 10. That's war support plus 5%. Or Seth, making our soft attack, basically our special ops, a little bit better, which doesn't seem that great. Well, right now our political power gains at 1. I mean, you know what? I think just 10% stability might be the best. We need more factory output, more dockyard output. It also gives us more political power gain regardless. And right now, surrender limit, we actually have some negatives because we're not at 50% war support. So let's go for Iradesh, the founder of the NCR. Yeah. We got some NCR Rangers down here. Purple, you don't have a front line, but you basically, you know, you're just gonna push your way to the other side of this river. And all 13 divisions are on that. So Tandy scheming, the mother's lessons. Tandy devoted her life to the cause of the NCR, and early in her life her ideals faded, and she was faced with honest pragmatism. She made a series of hard choices, many of which did not necessarily earn her the adoration of her people. Of the choices Tandy made, the most notable are the Nevada Trade Agreement, Water Distribution Act, or the NCR Draft. Ability goes down by 10%, basically just taking away what I did with Iradesh. Population goes up, war support goes down, or the Nevada Trade Agreements. It just means that they like us more. Which doesn't seem that good. Does that make them more likely to want to join my faction? Because right now they're at Unity Arena, or New Year's on that, right? Yeah, plus 40. Because right now they're not really huge fans of us. But I also don't really feel like doing the draft is that... But monthly population also sucks. They're all basically not very good. But 10% stability for 2% population, I mean, you can just... You get 2%. By going to limited conscription, you get 10% recruited population, which is actually insane. I don't know why. Like, this is 10% more. And it doesn't cost you any stability. So 2% is more or less meaningless. So I guess we'll go for the Nevada trade agreements, because I think none of them are very good. How many troops does Scorpions have? You have 13 to 21 divisions. You down here have actually 0. But we're not allowed to generate any world tension because we are a democracy. Unfortunately. So yeah, so you guys are training. Our troops are still actually all pretty high level. I'm guessing they might have all been elite before I added more division to it. So the NCR Investments, the NCR development plan was one of the most hotly debated subjects in NCR political history, as it called for the centralization of what had up until that point been largely a diverse agricultural nation. The debate raged for months as to whether or not to even bother with this plan, but eventually it was decided the bill should focus on development of a specific area of the economy, be it reconstruction of roads, subsidizing select local businesses, or additional funding towards arm manufacturing. Well, so that's 8 infrastructure, 4 military factories, or I mean 8 civilian factories is pretty good. Like it's 8 civilian factories, 8 infrastructure, or 4 military factories. Infrastructure I think is probably like not that useful. I guess I'm just gonna go with 8 civilian factories. How long do these things take to build? You'll be done in 13th April. Yeah, so 4 of them did go to consumer goods, so it was essentially 4 factories, so maybe it actually wasn't the best option. So the battle for Navarro. Okay. So on the eve of the final assault, the acting general of the NCR Army, Alexander Drummond, received a personal visit from the president herself. Taylor made it clear to him that the NCR could not afford a slaughter and advised him to hold back the majority of his troops during the assault. Meanwhile, the commander of the Brotherhood of Steel had already gone and approved plans with Drummond, a joint attack that was dependent on the NCR providing a sizable distraction. All the while, Drummond had grown increasingly frustrated with the entire situation and knew that he might regain much of his lost honor if he ordered an overwhelming charge and claimed the majority of Navarro's treasures for the NCR. A reckless move that could save his career. So, he held back the troops. Manpower goes down by 1,000. No matter what, I guess we're losing manpower. Energy research time goes down. Basically, everything is bad. Against Brotherhood Assault, opinion was... There's nothing good about this option. They're all just bad. But they might all be bad, just bad in different ways. So it's basically, how much do I care about... I mean, help back the troops, I think, is just the best one. I was like, this one's bad, but then the rest are just worse. Equal Assault, NCR Assault. I mean, it makes them like us more, but they don't like us right now. We're going to hold back on the troops. Again, it's kind of broken because it means that we don't like them more. They feel the same way about us. So I guess Council Hill is the last of these options. It's still going to take 60 days, but that's fine. So we have all of our basically initial build-up. We don't like the Brotherhood of Steel because we didn't attack. I don't know who programmed it. I think they're like all backwards, which is extremely strange to me. You can see here, Siege Legion, they are pushing their way closer and closer to Hoover Dam, which of course is what we are going to want to take eventually. Produce consumer goods, war stability, research speed, war support. Well, why would this make research speed go down? Stability goes up, war support goes down. Stability goes up for 5 factories. Which is going to make basically one of our factories are just like not building. Which, how long is this for? Was it for 90 days? For 100 days. Which is going to be 7... I think it's 10 weeks. There's about 5% stability for 5... No, I don't really think that's worth it. I don't think any of these are worthwhile. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of basically all of them. We don't need to worry about that. I just don't think they're very good. Ohm's Law. Getting a lot of technologies done. Again, it's 2275. What do I want to research first? Energy weapons are basically going to be Yeah, with our massive penalty for Legacy of Navarro. No matter what, we would have had a negative penalty regardless. So I think, are we considered advanced? I'm really not too sure what we're considered. We might just be considered civilized. Yeah, we're not considered advanced. We're just considered civilized. So, what can we research? We already have our anti-tanks. These are still 2 years at a time, though, so we're not really going to be able to get any of those. Let's get some decryption, even though it's probably not going to be, like, super useful right away. And these are just giving us more resources, which, again, never have seemed that good to me. Organized potato farming. What am I going to research then? Because you're still a year ahead of time. We get our special forces to be a little bit better. It seems like no matter what, they get plus 10 organization. No, they're plus 0 organization. Never mind. So basically, just getting better in marshes, getting better in hills, and getting better in plains. And I'm guessing they'll just become very good eventually. Like, the spec ops will just be amazing. Oh, we can get troop fatigues, which is not going to take too long. Which is excellent. So, of course, reinforcements are top priority. Don't be giving them anything unless everybody else is already supported. So we can increase our stuff here. Russo's capitalist. Can't do any of these things quite yet. You are... Super goods factory goes down. Resource gain goes down by 15%. I don't think I want that. At least not right now. Where's the infantry tools? I can make our infantry just better right away. No, that's just research speed. You don't actually give a bonus for our guns. Which is not that great for us. We can't really do anything here. So I think we're just going to hold and sit on top of our political power for now. At least for a little while. So now that we've done Castle Hill, we have a whole bunch of new options. West Peterson's War. Where is that attacking into? The Rangers Guard, Baron's Choice, Dermond's demands. He's the one who kind of, I mean, he held back. Popularity of democracy, oligarchy, and technocracy. Old World military. I do know that there is possible to get a civil war in this mod, as being Baja Blues. I think we just want to take over Baja right away. And it's only takes 7 days. I mean, these all take 7 days. Excellent. Which will be almost instantaneously. There we go. So, Baja Blues. Baja. Beja. I don't know. The year is 2256. The NCR colony of Rattletail was established in the northern portion of Baja California by some volunteer colonists who advanced with formal funding and merit for the NCR, but with little to no supervision or military protection. This choice would prove almost fatal for the young colonists who elected by force to take control over the primary water source of the region, a fact that they were ignorant to at the time. The locals retaliated against the Saul settlement due to, in part, to desperation, and launched 2 major assaults against the township, both of which were stopped with relative ease. It was the intervention and wisdom of a young ranger named Hanlon that ended the dispute before the toil of conflict became notable. The man crafted a clever lie, spouting nonsense about an army of raiders that would soon come and wipe the town away. The colonists evacuated, the locals regained their water supply, and greater conflict was avoided. Unfortunately, this lie was an unintended result. It implanted in the locals the notion that the NCR were afraid of raiders, slavers, and other violent sorts. The locals of Baja have had almost a decade to prepare to the return of the NCR, and in preparations for that coming, they have adopted a violent and cruel lifestyle. Baja is now home to the up-and-coming Mexican cartel, one that will almost be impossible to lodge without violence. The path of the NCR is a complicated one, and there are only a handful of men in the NCR who have potential to deal with the problem. Who shall you appoint to oversee the handling of the Baja in the Baja frontier? Well, the mayor take a local sympathizer. I mean, ranger development is with Harlan, which means they don't like us as much, but improves democracy. I don't want the civil war to happen. Bendito's payments, Bajeto's integration acts. Basically, I guess we just annex them. Local sympathies. We'll just, you know what? We'll just fight them. So 15 days, 15 days, 15 days. Not too long. I like how all the focuses in Old World Blues are pretty short. 15 days is quite nice. But I think this is going to be a good time to end this episode. Thank you for watching. My name is Anthem. If you've enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. Not doing, can always thumb down. Want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.